Mathematicians, we're going to do a choral count today, and we are going to start at 352, but we are going to count backwards by 10. We are counting backwards by 10. So can you give me a thumb at your chest? If we start at 352, what's the next number we're going to say? You share?
342.
Perfect. 342. All right, so let's start counting. And I'm going to stop you in a little bit, and we're going to start looking for patterns. So can I make sure all of your math eyes are up here with your count? And we're going to start with 352. Ready? Begin.
352, 342, 332, 322, 312.
I'm going to stop. What number is going to come there? Can you give me a thumb when you got an answer to that? We had some different answers there. Isabel, what number comes there? How do you know that? Okay. So you notice that the ones place has a pattern and a tens place has a pattern. Abdi, can you tell me what Isabel said? How did she know it was 312?
She knows it was 312 because the tens place was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then in the ones place is 18, so it would be 312.
Give me a thumb if you agree with Isabel and Abdi. Okay, so can we agree this is 312?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have a good idea about what's going to come next?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to back you up only to 332. Ready? Begin.
332, 322, 312, 302, 300.
Ooh, I'm gonna give us a thumb. Can you turn and talk with your partner? What's going to come next? We'll tell you. How did you know that?
Because when we're counting backwards, instead of saying,
I wonder if you can use the pattern that she was talking about. How did you know that? You don't know? I wonder if you can use the pattern that she was talking about in the tens place to justify that answer. What did you guys think it was? Okay. Let's come back into these 3, 2, and 1. Instead of doing a share out right now, I'm just going to start us here, and I would like us to keep going with what I heard a lot of people saying is going to come up here. So we're going to start at 312. Ready? Begin.
312, 302, 392, 282, 270, 212, 192.
I'm going to stop us there. Can you guys look at patterns that you noticed in that count? And give me a thumb and some fingers when you got some patterns that you noticed? Some people have 2 patterns I noticed, some people have 3. Can you turn and talk with your partners about patterns that you noticed in this count, please? So you notice that it goes 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. What happened after 0?
and then it starts over.
Starts over at what? Do you think that's going to always happen? Do you think that pattern will keep repeating?
Yeah.
You do think so? Okay. Can you listen to Muno's patterns?
It has 28, 28 tens and 2 ones.
You notice 28 tens and 2 ones? And then what did you say after 28 tens and 2
I know
ones?
another pattern. It goes 3, 2, 1. How Mr. Grando says.
And the ones
On,
and
in the hundreds.
You already
place.
said that.
No, in the hundreds.
DeMarco, you and I got a chance to talk a little bit. Can you talk about the pattern that you noticed? If you're not DeMarco, can you turn and just make sure you're listening? And then if you had a connection, you can let him know. DeMarco, what pattern did you notice?
I noticed in the 10 places going 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then it starts all over.
And then it starts all over back at
9.
9. Anyone else notice that? So our tens place is going down by 1, and then it starts back over at 9. And I asked DeMarco, is that pattern going to keep on going? What do you guys think about that? Can you give me a thumb at your chest? Is that pattern going to keep on going? I don't see a lot of thumbs, so I'm going to give a little bit of think time on that. Do you think that's a pattern that's going to keep repeating? Mustafa, what do you think? You don't think it's going to keep going? How come? How come? Would you like me to give you some more time to think about it? Zachary, what do you think?
I think it will keep on going for a few more times, but not that many.
Not that many. When will it stop doing that pattern?
I think when it gets like the 10th, after it does all of those, I think it's going to stop.
Can you tell me the number you think it might stop at?
2.
At 2. Oh, so if we counted all the way down to 2, and then we would stop? Elias, what did you notice?
I noticed that it goes 29 tens and 2 ones, and it goes, and then it goes
29 tens and 2 ones.
28 tens and 2 ones, 27 tens and 2 ones, 26
6 tens and 2 ones.
25
5 tens and 2 ones. Anyone else notice that? See that kind of pattern? So my question to Elias is, how could we name that pattern? What's going on in that pattern? Farah, could you talk about that? What's going on if it goes 29 tens and 2 ones, 28 tens and 2 ones, 27 tens, what's going on there? Counting backwards by 1. You guys agree or disagree? Is it counting backwards by 1? Rain, what do you think about that? Would you like Far to repeat it?
Can you repeat it? Can you repeat it? Can you speak a little bit louder? It goes backwards by 1.
So what do you guys think? Is this pattern going backwards by 1? Layla, what do you think? You think no? Why do you think no?
Because in the one place, it keeps 2.
So the ones place is staying 2. So you're saying it couldn't be counting backwards by 1 because the ones place is staying the same? What do you think about that idea? You want some time to think? What do we think? Is it going backwards by 1? Anna, what do you think?
I think it's going backwards by 10.
By 10 each time? So 28, 29, 28, 27 is saying that it's going backwards by 110 each time? So what do we think? Is it counting back by a 10 or is it counting back by a 1?
A 1.
It's counting back by a 1?
Yeah, because 1, 28,
But this 29, 28, 27, is that a 1 or is that a 110?
110.
It's counting back by a 110? Farah, what do you think about that? Can you tell me can you use your words? Because you were saying it's coming backwards by 1s. 110. Is that what you wanted to say the first time? And I had a percentage. Okay. Coming backwards by 110. So if we're going backwards by 110 each time, but our ones place is not staying the same. I'm sorry, our ones place is staying the same. What number will we say when we get to here? Can you give me a thumb at your chest? What number will I say there? What number will we say there?
132.
132? So how did you guys know that? Because we don't have all of these numbers. So I'm wondering how we got from the 19 to the 13 times. Moses, how did you get that so quickly?
We got it by, if you go to the 100 place, it goes 332, 232, 132.
So you went left and right?
Yeah.
So you went from 332 to 222, 332, 232 to 132. But how did you know that it was 132? Because we haven't talked about that pattern.
Because if you subtract 100, it'll always be 32 as long as you don't change the ones.
Why did you know to subtract 100?
Because I've done it before.
You've done it before.
I did this pattern in the second grade, Mr. Trevor.
So what pattern helps us with this? What pattern do you see? 30, 332, 232, 132. Abdi?
I agree with Moses. I have something to add. It only minuses the 100, in the choral, it only minuses 100, it keeps the tens place and the plus place the same.
So when you go left to right, minus is 100, but it keeps the tens and the ones the same. How many numbers do I say before I get to this one? When I'm here, how many numbers would I count before I got to here? Do we need to talk with that with our partner for a minute?
No.
So why don't we share? How many would we say? If we're going hundreds, how many numbers would I say if I counted every 10? You guys can share that? 10. So the 10 tens and 100 left to right. Okay, we'll stop there for today. And think about the idea of minusing 10 tens for 100. That's going to become important today in our lesson.